Welcome to All Out Movies. I hope this video finds you well. Today we're counting down the top 10 movies in which the villain outshines the hero. And what I mean by that is simply where you left a movie theater as an audience member, remembering the villain's captivating performance more so than the hero's. This in no way is a top 10 ranking of the greatest villains, but rather a ranking of which villains stole the spotlight and overshadowed their counterparts the most. That being said, let's get to it. Number 10. Training Day, Officer Jake Hoyt and Detective Alonzo Harris. As good as Ethan Hawke was portraying his character of Officer Hoyt, all fans talked about was Denzel Washington's portrayal of Alonzo Harris. And although Hawke was nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Academy Awards for his performance, it was Denzel who took home the gold for Best Actor in 2001. As much as we were rooting for Jake Hoyt, all fans were drawn to was the assertive, manipulative, strong, and homicidal persona that was Alonzo Harris.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
Number 9. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Because this movie came out very recently, I just wanted to give you guys the spoilers heads up in case you haven't seen the movie. We're good? Okay. Michelle and Howard. This may be an odd choice to have as a top 10, but I truly believe John Goodman's indelible performance of Howard will stand the test of time and will be referenced constantly when mentioning films with the best villains. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performance was applauded in the film, and her escape from the bunker was ever so satisfying for the audience pulling for her throughout the film. But her performance truly is like a footnote when comparing it to that of John Goodman's Howard.
I'm not some pervert, just go.
Number 8. Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Orange and Mr. Blonde. Quentin Tarantino's first feature film and perhaps his best one, Reservoir Dogs is a cult classic that features one of the best cast ensembles in film. But one cast member that was most notable was Michael Madsen in his portrayal of Vic Vega, aka Mr. Blonde. As psychotic and torturous as they come, Mr. Blonde stole the scenes amongst everyone else whenever he was present. Tim Roth plays the hero of Mr. Orange in the film. He does a fantastic job, and as great a reveal of him being the cop was in the film, it did not outshine the sick and gruesome character that was Mr. Blonde. Sorry, Mr. Orange. Number 7. The Terminator, Kyle Reese and the Terminator. The role that solidified Arnold Schwarzenegger's acting fame. The Terminator was an extremely memorable villain, so much so that it overshadowed the hero of the film, Kyle Reese, played by Michael Biehn. That's saying a lot when it's a character with one monotone range and just a few one-liners.
I'll be back.
Whether it was a police shootout scene or the gun shop scene, the Terminator had you watching every second of his move. Number 6. Jurassic Park, Dr. Alan Grant and the T-Rex. As much as we love Dr. Alan Grant and his ability to stay calm, cool, and collected in the face of crisis, fans walked away home remembering one thing, and that was the terrifying Tyrannosaurus Rex that changed the game in cinema in 1993. Truly one of Spielberg's masterpieces, Jurassic Park became an iconic hit and is the cultural phenomenon it is today because of Spielberg's ability to create a monster so menacing, no other dinosaur film has even come close with leaving such a disturbing image. Number 5. Gangs of New York, Amsterdam VALLON, and Bill the Butcher Cutting. Two of the greatest actors of our time, along with one of the greatest directors of our time, made for an excellent crime drama film. But one element that stuck out the most for the movie was Daniel Day-Lewis's performance as Bill Cutting, so much so that it earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. Although Leo DiCaprio held his end of his performance of Amsterdam VALLON, it was Daniel Day-Lewis that stole the show. Number 4. No Country for Old Men, Sheriff Ed Tom Bell and Anton CHIGURH. I can't see this film being the major success it was without the powerful performance of Javier Bardem. Perhaps regarded as one of the greatest villains of all time, Anton CHIGURH made Tommy Lee Jones' performance of Ed Tom Bell forgettable. Not to say Tommy Lee Jones didn't do a great job, because he certainly did, but the interest was clearly to the antagonist storylines as opposed to the protagonists. Fans were hooked with Bardem's compassionless yet fascinating character from his introduction at the police station to any scene he was in thereafter.
Well done.
Number 3. Star Wars, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Star Wars is a cultural juggernaut it is today in large part of the actors who embody their characters. That being said, millions grew up with Luke Skywalker and there is no Star Wars without him. On the contrary, there is no Star Wars without the Sith himself, Darth Vader. Vader is undoubtedly regarded as the top 3 villain of all time. Could the same be said about Luke Skywalker in his respective category? Regardless, the voice of James Earl Jones combined with the gritty design of Vader made the character beyond captivating and stand out above any other character in the Star Wars universe.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Number 2. The Silence of the Lambs, Clarice Starling and Dr. Hannibal Lecter. In what's regarded as one of the greatest horrors of all time, The Silence of the Lambs is carried by Anthony Hopkins' award-winning performance of Dr. Hannibal Lecter. The chemistry between him and Jodie Foster was impeccable. With that said, Hopkins outshines Foster in every way possible. The Silence of the Lambs is Dr. Hannibal Lecter, and after all these years, the character is still talked about today. Number 1. The Dark Knight, Batman and the Joker. Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. Nearly every line people quote from the film is said by the Agent of Chaos. Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker was so mesmerizing and unforgettable, it garnered him national praise from all his fellow colleagues and fans and got him an Oscar win. Christian Bale brought a lot to the table as well for his portrayal of Batman. But The Dark Knight is successful as it is and is still talked about today because of the Joker. In fact, it was Christian Bale himself who acknowledged he should have stepped up his game after seeing firsthand what Ledger brought to the table. That's it for this top 10 list. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you liked it for future vids, and I wish you all a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching.
The good cop, bad cop routine?
Not exactly.